Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. What I would like to do, actually, is not only get us set up in Chattanooga, but also extend it to Lakewood as well. Right now, currently, I've upgraded all the vehicles. It costs about $16 million to do so. We have $24 million, and I'm really sitting here questioning myself about doing this because this is going to be really expensive to cut through Durham. As you can see, it's not even liking that at this point. I'm going to have to literally destroy all these buildings. Well, let's go ahead and do that. It is what it is. This is why I decided to wait until I had plenty of money to do it. And I'm even questioning if $24 million is enough money to do this. Let's use parallel track for now. And what I will do is hook up the... Actually, I wonder why this is a dual passenger station. Let's fix that because it's technically only supposed to be one. Because I don't see the point in having double tracks on here. So we'll go repair this really quickly. We'll go and throw down a passenger platform like this. And it doesn't like that because the track's there. And we'll take this track out. And what we will do in this case is, I believe, yeah, I do have a cross track there. So we're good there. So let's go back to configuring this station and finish this station. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now what we'll do is we'll hook up this. Let's go ahead and play the game so we're making money as we're doing this. So now what I want to do is connect the passenger side up. So we'll do something like this. We'll get a cross track in here as we always do. There we go. And then we'll start extending this over to Chattanooga. Alrighty, if you take a look, we have the track in place between Durham and Chattanooga. Now I'd like to extend this from Chattanooga over to Lakewood. But of course, before we do that, we need to actually hook up the passenger side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a track out over like this. And we need a cross track as well. So this way trains can get back and forth. So we'll place that in here. And then we'll worry about signaling once I hook this up to Lakewood. So let's get started. So we'll drag out from here. I'm lucky that there's no buildings in front of this, or I don't have to destroy anything, as I did and pretty much wrecked the entire city of Durham. As you can see, I've kind of really cut a big path between one side of the city and the other side of the city. But this will work for now. I'm sure this will rebuild eventually. I'm not too worried about it. So basically, I'm just coming straight on out like this. And I plan to curve it here once we get a little bit closer. But in the meantime, this actually will work quite well by just doing this. Because at the end of the day, I want the trains to be able to go as fast as they can. So over in Lakewood, it's going to cost us additional money to cut through this. But I'm okay with that, actually. I'm perfectly okay with spending money. So I'm going to come straight out a little bit further before I start the curve. But before we go with that, we're just going to connect the passenger side up. There we go. Let's make sure we have our cross tracks in place, as always. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about signaling distance on this because of course, the distance. And that's too close to this, so we'll keep extending it. You see this? This is something I do not want ever. Look, it built a bridge, it built a tunnel. No, we're not doing that. I mean, I may have to just scoot around this little, I wouldn't even call it a mountain, more like a hill. I'll have to take a look at that. So what we're going to do is just cut through here and see what happens. We'll turn back on the parallel track for now. And let's see what we can do about this little section here. I wonder if I can curve it just slightly and get around this area. Unfortunately, it slows down our train, so I wonder if we can just go over the top of it without creating a tunnel. Let's try that. See if we can do this. which it looks like it's okay with. The only thing I don't like is that how much the speed kind of goes down as we turn into Lakewood. Fortunately, I might just have to deal with that at this point because I don't have a choice. We may come back and look at this project again a little bit later. When I say later, I mean a couple episodes. Anyway, so the track's in place. Let's go ahead and get our cross track in here now, since earlier the game was not allowing that. So there we go. Let's go ahead and head back over to Chattanooga. Actually, I was wrong. We had to head back over to Durham because that's where the single one starts. I'm going to say auto single. I'm going to say like 500 meters. I'm hoping that's good enough. We'll set that there. And I set it in the wrong. I set it going the wrong way. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? So let's try that again. So 500 meters. That looks good enough on this side. So we're now over near Chattanooga, and we're going to do this again. About 500 meters. And that looks actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, except for the fact of there should be another single, and I'm seeing some weird things going on here. What is up with that? I have to fix this, so give me a second. I think the parallel track caused that problem, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. So let's fix the track really fast. I can't believe it did that, but anyway, that's what I get for cutting through a mountain. No, we're definitely not having it do that. So I'm going to tear this back just a little bit more and come at it from a different angle. Let's come at it from this side and see if we can get this to line up. I'm still not a fan. Look at the separation here. Okay, let me work on it. I'll be right back. So I had to tear the track completely out over here, as you can see. Now I'm going to try to rehook it back up and see if it will allow it this time. And we're going to keep parallel track off at this time because, yeah, I'm not sure what I did wrong. I don't think it's the mod. I think it's the user. So there we go. Now we're hooked up. Now we can actually go and place down the single one again, which I'm not sure how to go about doing it. I think I'm just going to add one myself at this point. And honestly, I think I may have got rid of our cross track, which I think I did, yeah. So let's put that back into place at this point. So we'll set that like this. There we go. And I'm just going to add another single block right here by the cross track. We'll turn off auto single for now. And basically what I'm going to do is go back and go back down the other side to make sure all the single ones are in place going the other direction. The last thing I want is a head-on collision with a freight train, or a passenger train for that matter. So we'll go ahead and place all the single and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we have the single in place all the way to Lakewood. I think the best solution in this case is to actually extend the current line out of, I think it was Des Moines, wasn't it? Des Moines to Miramar. We're going to extend it actually all the way past Durham. I'm going to keep adding on. And what my thought process behind this is that we could actually, and I noticed a mistake. There's no passenger here. So I need to fix that platform, but that's here or there. So we're going to keep extending this, and what we're going to do is we're just going to add on trains, is what we're going to do. So it can stop in Lakewood. It can come back and stop again in Chattanooga. Hopefully that didn't throw an error, which it doesn't look like it did. It can stop again in Durham, and that should complete the line. And actually there's one more stop. We need to stop back in Des Moines Siding. So there we go. This is our train now. What I want to do is, let's see, we have $17 million. I think the best option here is to actually add another train to this line. There we go. I'm not sure why it said train number 4 when it's actually train number 2, but that's perfectly okay. So it was kind of bad timing on my part to add another train, considering the fact that the train is down in Miramar. But you know what? It will straighten itself out, and this train will come to a stop, which it should. And this one is now heading out onto the track. And there comes another beauty of ours. So we'll speed up the game. And now we should be able to get cargo shipping back and forth. Because if you remember, we have construction coming out of the Des Moines construction to Miramar. We have food and fuel being transported from Des Moines to Miramar. And basically it can pick up food in construction and ship it to Durham now. And it also can pick up food and fuel and continue its journey over to Chattanooga. And then again over to Lakewood needs food in construction, which is all being manufactured around Des Moines. So I think this will work actually quite well. The only thing I am concerned with is the fact of the matter is how many trains do I need to make a profit. But before I forget, which you know I will, is I'm going to come in here and I want to configure the station a little bit because we have no passenger ability over here. Now I really do not like how this is set up over here. It almost makes me want to destroy some more things. You know what? We're not going to do that. We're just going to configure it. We're going to figure out how to throw a passenger station in here somehow, some way. We'll get 2 of them on that side. And what we will do, what I think we will do, is we'll get rid of this thing. And we'll go to cargo. And I think what I want to do is just make it so it looks nice. I know this is pointless. And you can tell me what you think down in the comments below about it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And once again, the other issue is the platform. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to have to destroy a couple of things like these. What are these? Oh, these are industrial sectors. So what I'm going to do is goodbye. $650,000 there, $550,000 there. But who cares? It's only money, right? Anyway, let's go and configure this again. And what I want to do is get myself a passenger platform in 1 second. We got to actually destroy this track. There we go. Now let's try again. So I want a passenger station here. We will put the tracks back into place. And I know it's throwing errors at me, and we'll fix those here in just a moment. There we go. And let's see what it's complaining about. Train 1 has no path. That is very simple to fix. I'll show you in just a second how to fix that problem. Let me go and hook up the passenger line again. There we go. And basically all you have to do is find train 1, which is right here, and just flip it around and then flip it back around. There we go. That problem is resolved. Now I don't remember if I have a passenger line on here or not, but before we do that, let's hook up the other side of this passenger station. So what I'm going to do is pull a track out like this, and that should work just fine. The real question is, do I have a cross track here? It does not look like it, but I'm not too worried about this station for now. Now what I want to do is come back to my lines, and I want to see if Des Moines has a passenger run. It does not. That's kind of alarming. Now what's wrong with you? Trains mutually blocked. What? Why are you mutually blocked? Don't we have a cross track coming out of... Wait a second here. We have signaling. Let me try to place a couple more signals here and here and see if I can get this train to move. There we go. That fixed the problem, ladies and gentlemen. It was just missing one single block. Okay, we're good again. However, let's take a look at our finances quickly. So it looks like the trains from Des Moines to Miramar, and I need to actually fix this line because it's going to Chattanooga. So, and then it's also going to Lakewood, and it's also going to Durham. I don't even know if I can fit all this in here actually, but we're going to give it a try. There we go. Now the line is Des Moines, Miramar, Durham, Chat for Chattanooga, and Lakewood. That will work. Now the only question is, how do I get my train back to being a profitable rate? That we'll have to work on. Anyway, that's not what I'm worried about at this time. My concern is to get a passenger line out here. So let's set up a passenger line for this. So I don't think I have one actually. No. So this one's going to come out of Miramar, I think. Yeah, so it's going to be in yellow. And basically what we're going to do is just set up passenger network. And I'm seeing something else. This here is a dual station track. I'm going to leave it alone for now. We will deal with it later. Or I might deal with that off camera. So let me go ahead and get the passenger set up all the way over to Lakewood. And we might need more than one passenger train out on this line. I'm okay with that. Even if I had to take a small loan, and that is a cargo stop, not a passenger stop, I'd be okay with taking a small loan at this point. Because I will show you what I mean by that. So we're just going to stop back in each station on the way back as well. Just like this. And that should complete that line. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the top to this one here. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste this. I know the order is out of sequence. I'm much aware of that, and I'm okay with the sequence being out of order. It's just a reference. So what I want to do is now come in here and get the M300. And I want at least 2 of these for one of the trains. I want to set this out for $3.8 million. It's going to be in the color yellow. And I'm going to set this one on the track Des Moines, Miramar, Durham, for Chattanooga, Lakewood. Send that one out first. And here it goes. And I have another error. Now what the problem is. Freak. I screwed up again. I can't believe that. It's the line. I guess I selected some cargo along the way. So let me go fix that. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So I fixed the passenger line. Now train number 4 has no path. I've already showed you how to fix this once. And so that's all fixed now. So we're good there. As you take a look, we now have food, fuel, and construction all being dropped off on the Des Moines platform, which is great news. So now what I want to do is double the vehicle on the passenger. So I want to get another vehicle. Yes, I would like to clone this one. And let this one go out now. And there it goes. This will give us a capacity of 80 passengers between Miramar and Lakewood. So here's my dilemma with this. This is the only food processing plant that I'm working with right now to get food to pretty much, I think, either 3 or 4 different cities. If we take a look a little bit further and we come over here near Alexandria, we have a coffee farm, right? I'm going to pin this for now because I want to show you what I'm referring to. I also have a coffee refinery over here as well. Now the question is the distance traveled. See, I don't want to extend a train from Miramar to Alexandria at this point because that's really what I was going to do in a couple episodes. But how do I get shipment from over here to over there and then all the way back to the food processing plant without actually extending the train? There's only one actual solution to our problem over here, and that is actually get ourselves a road that's a shorter connection over to the food processing plant, and I will show you what I'm about to go for. I'm not sure if this is going to be profitable, but we're going to try it anyway, because I think it's very critical that we increase the amount of food coming out of this plant. Are there other plants that we could grab food from? Absolutely. There's one near Sioux Falls, but our closest farm is still that distance away. It's a good distance away from the food processing plant. So I'm going to stick with my initial plan, and we're going to see if this actually works. So I'm going to take a road. We're going to bring out just like this. And then we're going to hook it up to this additional road over here. I am going to place down some truck stops along here. And I'm going to see if I can hook this up. And see if I can make it even profitable for us to do it. I don't need a road depot. I need a truck stop, please. And I'm going to set this a little bit away from the factory. Like out here, I would say. And I'm going to place it right about there. And is that even hooked up? No, that's not even hooked up. So let's try that again. There we go. Now it's hooked up. Now I'm going to go all the way out to the coffee refinery. And I'm going to hook up another truck stop over here. Now this may have to be in a 2-leg segment. And I'll show you what that means here in just a moment. So I'm going to set a truck stop right about in here somewhere. And then I'm going to hook up a line. So basically what I'm going to do is create a new line. And this line is going to go from the coffee factory over to coffee refinery. And basically, since it's coming out of Miramar, we're just going to set this in yellow. So now we have the Miramar coffee to Alexandria coffee refinery. Now here comes the biggest challenge. Is how many vehicles is it going to take for me to get this to work in a profit? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to waste time sending vehicles from Miramar. I'm just going to throw down another road depot here. And I'm going to estimate, if I had to take a educated guess on this, I'm going to estimate somewhere between 30 to 40 vehicles. We're going to go with looks like the faster vehicles, the Ford Model 77. And I'm going to start off with a total of 15 vehicles for $1.4 million. We'll set these in yellow because they're part of Miramar. That's where they're originated from. And we will set this out. Let's find that line right here. So they can head out. And this should start producing coffee. It does. It's producing 200 of the 300 per year it can produce, which is perfectly fine. So I did forget one segment of our journey. It looks like all the vehicles are going around this way. So I want to build an additional road going directly out, which I thought I actually did. I guess I didn't. So let's get that done. That was kind of a costly mistake on my part, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. We will survive from this. It's just going to cost us a little extra money for those vehicles to travel around. So now that's hooked up. Now the vehicles should make the turn, which they are, which is great. So I'm going to keep an eye on the Alexandria coffee refinery at this point. So far we have a total of 30 vehicles on this particular line if we take a look. And I am going to actually increase it. I think that I'm a little off on my math. I think we should go up to, say, 45 vehicles at this point. I'm going to let this line run for a little bit. As you can take a look, we're losing quite a bit of money, which I kind of figured that was going to happen. $327,000. So you remember how I said this is going to be a 2-leg journey? Well, this is what I was talking about. So what we're going to need to do is set up an additional line out of Miramar over to our food processing plant. So that is what we're going to do right now, is we're going to set up, not that, we're going to create a new line before. So we're going to connect up to this coffee factory, right? We're going to ship it back over to the Des Moines food processing plant. What line is that? Oh, Miramar Coffee to Des Moines food processing. Now let's see if the actual coffee refinery is actually producing something. It is. So this will actually work, ladies and gentlemen, because at the end of the day, it is still going to the factory that takes it. This should actually substantially increase the food coming out of here, and we may even see an upgrade now. And if you're wondering why I only put 3 vehicles out on that line from the Miramar coffee to the Des Moines food processing plant is strictly because of the running time it takes back and forth. As you can see, we're actually doing pretty well on supplies at this point. But yeah, it's all about running time at this time. And there's no point in putting extra vehicles on a line that is going to take a while. So let's look at our finances once again. The Des Moines to Miramar, the one that makes the loop from Miramar all the way to Lakewood, is costing us a fortune. I kind of figure it was going to, and I'm okay with that for right now. I'm sure it will be making money sooner than later. I don't understand why the Lakewood train station to Lakewood Steel is losing money. I'll have to look into that. Chattanooga, that is an express line that goes from Chattanooga to, I think, Lakewood or Durham. So I expect the public transportation or the express lines to lose money, which I don't even know I have this anymore, because honestly, we don't need it. We don't need these express lines because we now have a train. So we're going to go and sell these vehicles, and we're going to cancel these lines. Thinking to myself about that, actually. Why do I still have express lines when we have actual train running that run? So let's go ahead and cancel this one as well. Manage vehicles, and we're going to sell all these vehicles. And now we'll just get rid of those lines. So if we come in here and we scroll through, this line's done. So we'll go and delete it. And now I need to find the other one, Chattanooga Express line. And that one's actually done as well. So now we're set up. So now passengers will be forced to take the train, which we have a look at this. Is that train full? It is. Oh, maybe this would be a good time to actually get another train out here. So let's manage vehicles, and I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna buy 2 more of those trains, and I'm actually going to go and upgrade the not upgrade, but I'm gonna buy 2 more of the cargo trains as well. I hope I have enough money for that. I don't think I do. Actually, I do. That's interesting. I thought they cost a lot more than that. But anyway, I'm happy with that. So we'll continue to let this run. And I'm sure the cargo trains are going to cost me a crap ton of money for right now. And I'm okay with that. If we take a look at Des Moines, they want actually goods and machines as well. Sioux Falls wants actually machines and food. And Alexandria wants construction and tools. Which if we take a look, we have a stone quarry and a construction in Alexandria, which getting them construction would be quite simple to do, but we're not doing that at this point. If you take a look, we have no loans out. We're down to about $1 million at this point. We spent a lot of money in this episode, but that's perfectly okay. I'm going to continue to increase the production on this until I get to where I want it to be, by simply increasing the amount of alcohol that gets shipped over here, and also increasing the coffee bean that gets shipped. So what I want to do in this case is I want to come down here and this. So as I keep increasing production on that line, I want to go over to where the alcohol in the farm is and double the rate over there as well. As you see, this is like way overloaded. So I am going to actually come in here, and no, we're not doubling 50 vehicles, by the way. That's insane. So I'm going to bring this up to like say 80 or 85 vehicles and increase the production on here. And here comes all of our vehicles now heading out to pick up more grain and shipping the grain over to the alcohol distillery, which is fantastic. We do have actually a goods factory here that takes plastic and steel. We will look at that in the next episode as well. We'll also have to look at our production and see how we can increase our manufacturing rates so these plants will upgrade. But that's all in the next episode, and we'll probably even go to the extent of connecting Sioux Falls up to Alexandria. Possibly. Not sure on that yet. But I think I'm going to leave it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.